terms of hiring traders, I mean, like anybody Carrie's going to hire, you guys are going to hire is going to be, hardworking and have a certain background and some kind of resume. That's a given. I think that unlike other jobs, trading is so unique. You just have to be able to think a certain way. Munger actually said, like, when it comes to investing, like either somebody gets it right away or never. Those are the options. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, but I do think that a good trader is a little bit like baking a cake. So I've seen traders that are really intelligent and really patient and, really hardworking but all the same attribute in somebody else, but in a different proportion. One is successful and one is not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's very hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell.
Do you know when it's happening in real time, which one is the one that's going to make it versus which one's not?
It's hard in the first couple of years because you have to
tell.
almost see a few different market cycles to see how you adapt.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But that's always been my thinking. It's my thinking is like I can hire somebody who's smart. I can hire somebody who's hardworking. I could, somebody who is really passionate about the markets. But you never really know. Like until I've seen people just after 2 years turn it on and something clicks and they get it, and then somebody who you would have bet all your money on that they're like the horse that's going to win the race just kind of fizzle out. I've seen it both ways.
And sometimes people have changes in their personal life.
Sure, that's a big one.
That cause outside pressures that they might be going in the same path as one of their peers in the group or in the trading class, and there's just some externality that happens that causes them to not be able to apply the same focus, and it changes that ingredient mix. I like that cake analogy, that it just changes that ingredient mix, that balance just enough that where it means that they're not gonna they're not gonna see it out. There's a lot of different things.
I also almost feel like it has a little bit to do with the market that you start into, because when I started, there was a couple of traders who were really big into video games, and when I started, order flow and being fast was all the rage, and it was one of those things, they just had a skill that allowed them to get some early success, and that kind of snowballed into some confidence that allowed them to do other things, right? And it's I don't know that Carrie's ever asked somebody if he played video games, but it happened to be that they were really quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. So it's a weird thing. I feel like other professions, what you're looking for a little bit more. Here it's a unique set of skills.
It is, but the same thing with other professions, whether it's law, surgeons, investment bankers. How many people start an investment banking class and are there in 2 to 4 years? Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not all there.
Right.
Consultants.
Sure.
People that go out of college and work for a consultancy, they hire big classes. How many are there in 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of different things. It's super unique what we do. It's there's no other way to say it. It's a very, very best job in the world, super unique.
Very niche, yeah,
right?
100%.
And at the same time, very similar to a lot, the career arc is, and who makes it and who doesn't, and could you have bet on that person or not, at month 6 or year 1 or 18 months, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know, which is why we invest so much in our classes.
Sure.
It's why we pay salary for 2 years. It's why we invest and continue to invest in our training, our curriculum, our technology, our edge, right? Just because we want to give everyone, regardless, the best shot with no bias on, do we think person A or person is going to be better than person B, or is person C better than person A? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we just want to put ourselves in the position where everyone has the best shot, and we are working with each person individually, working with a class, working with a trainer, et cetera, to really make sure people are set up for success.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's kind of like core and foundational to what we do.